Welcome to MTS Virtual School's Online Facilitators Training Module. This training course is designed to improve student success by introducing online facilitators to methods of successful online delivery. Throughout this module, I will periodically comment on various slides targeting key points. What is online facilitating? Well, online facilitation can refer to the managing of communication of others online. In a more broad aspect, online facilitating is the managing of learners via internet medium. The job description of an online facilitator is that online facilitators are set in place to help learners create a cohesive learning community in which they share ideas, apply their knowledge, give feedback, and make reflections of the learner's work. There are 4 types of online facilitator roles. You have the pedagogical role, the social role, managerial role, and technical role. In the pedagogical role, online instructors revolve around facilitating educational processes for students' understanding of critical concepts, principles, and skills. Such tasks include encouraging students' knowledge sharing and knowledge building through interactive discussions, as well as designing a variety of educational experience, providing feedback, and referring to external resources. The social role is when the online instructors promote a friendly environment and community feeling to support student cognitive learning processes. Such social functions include developing harmony, group cohesiveness, and collective identity. Online social roles require instructors to develop more nurturing skills by encouraging participation, giving ample feedback and rewards, attending to individual concerns, and using a friendly, personal type tone with the learner. Managerial role is the role that includes the organization's procedural and administrative tasks associated with the learning environment. These tasks involve coordinating assignments, managing online discussions, and handling overall course structure. The technical role is to create a comfortable online environment for the learners, that they understand the system and software program used for online courses. Such tasks include referring students to technical support resources, addressing technical concerns, diagnosing and clarifying problems encountered, and allowing the student sufficient time to learn new programs. Responsibilities of online facilitators begins with communication. As we said, communication is where the responsibility of an online facilitator starts. By supporting each student and creating that positive environment and maintaining proper communication and using effective interpersonal skills, we create a social presence that will give the learner as well as the facilitator a chance to engage more with each other. Communication, once again, is a key to succeeding online. With you not being in a face-to-face instruction, you have to know how to communicate with each other at a distance. So you have to get the learner involved with understanding course material, course software, the learning environment. And we do this by interacting with the learner, engaging in discussions, the learner seeking help from the professor seeing the struggle that the learner may have through course material, through grading it and everything. Verbal and written communication, key. You have to be able to convert from a face-to-face conversation to a written conversation so that the learner knows that and understands what the online facilitator is trying to communicate to them. So once again, remember the key to online learning is effective communication. So to continue on with the communication so that we understand that communication is the key, we have this process of communication chart. We starting with the online facilitator. This breaks down an effective way to communicate with the learner. So we interact with the online facilitator interacts with the student through things such as emails, web conferences, chat, social media maybe, such as Twitter, Facebook, things like that, phone calls, Skyping, and then we go on to familiarizing the learner with the online structure. This goes back to the technical role of online facilitators and how it is important that the online facilitators understand technical concepts and getting the learner comfortable and familiar with online environment and software. So then we go on to engagement. Engaging and interaction kind of go hand in hand. Group discussions, chatting, as we said, emailing, phone calls. And engagement also draws that line of respect from instructor to learner. So this is where we get that. Then we get to feedback. Feedback is where we start tying up the whole process of communication. We've drawn that line of respect in chat rooms, writing skills, understanding the consequences of plagiarism, and all state and local guidelines for instruction. Everybody knows their role at this time, the online facilitator, the online learner. So then we get back to the online facilitator, because as we said, feedback is tying it up. So the online facilitator is now grading, giving feedback in a timely manner. So for example, if a student sends out an email at 2 o'clock on a Friday afternoon wanting to understand how to solve a very difficult math problem, the online facilitator usually should respond within a 24-hour time span so that that learner can take time to meditate on that process and understand. So if they need more help, now they can contact the instructor again. So this is our process of communication chart, something that we could use daily as online facilitators. So we got the roles and responsibilities of online facilitators again. As we said, technology is key. We have a technical role as online facilitators to support the student with technical assistance where we are applicable to do so. So this is that role. Again, we have to organize our instruction so that we can engage the learner. And as a pre-designed course, it's going to be kind of hard, but that's where research comes in handy. We'll talk more about facilitating pre-designed courses in just a second. So now we have to bridge the gap from a traditional learner to an online learner, whereas we have learners who are used to face-to-face instruction. That's it. That brick and mortar setting where they have that instructor in front of them telling them, no, this is wrong, because they can see it right then and there. Now you have the online setting where it's not so direct at the time, because you can't see it. A student can't do a problem and you say that's wrong right then and there. It takes time. So it's a delayed process more so in a distant learning atmosphere. So we have to merge the two together. We do this by planning, and most of the time, sometimes the online facilitator should be included in the planning process with the instructional designer, so that they know the concept, the setup, and of the course content. Online instruction should align with state and local educational requirements. We have to align those educational requirements, but at the same time, we can't take a traditional lesson plan and just post it online and say, this is your course, teach it. So we can't do that. And as the online facilitator, this is where you take the time to study the course material so that you can better serve the student. So facilitating pre-designed courses, as I said, we have to study the material, get to know the material before trying to introduce it to the learner. Know the layout of the software, know the layout of the course environment so that you can help navigate the student through that same process. So during this time, I'd like you to take a few minutes to write a 3 to 5 paragraph, small little essay type, stating how as an online facilitator you could personalize your course to help better serve your students. And once you're done, just please email to rikiah.pratt@waldenu.edu. That's RIKIAH.PRATT@Walden, WALDENU.edu. Okay, so at this time you've done the lesson, you understand the roles of an online facilitator, how to help in personalizing your course, and how to help engage in your students. So now we get to feedback. We talked about feedback a little earlier. So it is critical that online facilitators provide extensive feedback to the learners, because the learners are at a distance. They're very easily persuaded to not do work at all. So in order to keep that learner's attention, to keep that learner on task, you have to give back timely feedback and encouragement to the students, because if they see that you're on their side and not against them, they're more willing to learn. So ways to interact with the learners and provide essential feedback, like we said, we can create chat rooms, web conferences, email frequently, email back in a timely manner, add notes and assign announcements to the course homepage, maybe on a weekly basis. Maybe if, I know we have other tasks as online facilitators, we do probably teach traditional settings as well, or, you got your home life, so you can't do it daily, but weekly or bi-weekly may be a good idea. Making yourself available via phone conversation. Sometimes the learner can better understand by hearing instead of just seeing. So this could be a good way to, provide a phone number for the learner to get in contact with you with. These are just useful tools and resources to go to as online facilitators. Very good and useful. They're very resourceful resources here. This completes the online training course. As I mentioned, we have various online resources that you are able to access here daily. And remember, we're here to provide assistance for the learner. So it is up to us as online facilitators to encourage our learners, provide excellent feedback, and engage in our learners.